Hi everyone, this is Heidi with the Usborne Experience, in case you don't know. I always forget. I have been jonesing for this new title ever since I saw it in the new catalog, because the Peek Inside series by Usborne is the series that got me hooked on these books. At the time I had a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I'm a science teacher, and so the fact that there are books, flat books even, that are beautifully illustrated that can teach my kids science was just amazing to me, and I learned things too. My favorite in that series is the Peek Inside Animal Homes. It's my absolute favorite, and it's the book I found out that a rabbit den is called a warren. I had no idea, and now I use that little piece of info all the time. I mean, I guess I don't have to use it, but I throw it out there a lot. Did you know that a rabbit den is called a warren? I do it a lot. So when I saw that the Look Inside Animal Homes was coming out, now my kids are 3.5 and 6.5, and I was like, oh, yes, the next level of animal homes for me. I mean, them is coming. And it just came out, and I ordered it the day it came out, and it arrived today. So these are fresh flaps. I haven't even unflapped them yet. So we're gonna go through this book together. So if I have like ridiculous reactions, you know why, because you should see me the first time I look through these books. It's obnoxious. The other thing about this book is there are Usborne quick links, if you don't know about Usborne quick links, that are website links to video clips and pictures of animal homes that are associated with this book. So if you're a homeschooler or you like to do supplemental information, because the thing about these books is they're not going to learn a lot of this information at school. That's why these books and this company in doing this is so important to me. You know, there's the information you learn at school, but a lot of the useful information is not learned at school. And all that's like, if you want your kids to be a Jeopardy champion, this is what they need. Not biology, not natural science, all right? So if you like to supplement, or you just have a child that eats up information, it's a great place to go for extra stuff. So here's the book. Even the front of it just makes me so excited. So I get giddy, so hopefully it doesn't really come out during this video. All right, so from the moment you open the book, the pictures, the colors, the detail, oh, we love these at bedtime. We're a bedtime book family, and we don't always do picture books at bedtime. A lot of our bedtime books are nonfiction. So here's As Night Falls, and there's a little blurb. It says, you can go indoors where it's warm and dry and snuggle down in bed, but where do animals make their homes? And it says foxes spend the night hunting. Then they go home and sleep in warm underground dens. We've got, ooh, look at this flap. It's a double flap. Some creatures live most of their lives in ponds, and look at, you've got this flap, ooh, about diving beetles and shrimp. And then you've got a dual flap, and it talks about frogs and tadpoles. It talks about ducks and chickens and bats and snails that carry their own homes. Ooh, look at that fox. Ooh, look at this flap. Ooh, look at this flap. I love these like multi-geometric flaps. This is about, this pile of old leaves and grass makes an excellent home for lots of creatures. And you lift this top flap and you see worms, and you lift this flap and it talks about worms, slugs, and beetles, and about rotting plants. And then this flap, oh, there's a bug. This flap talks about hedgehogs, snakes, and lizards. So I really love these like super geometric fun flaps. So there's lots of other flaps on here. I can't show them all to you. There are over 80 flaps. So this is why this kind of a book is better for older children, but my 3-year-old will eat this book up. So I think it says from ages 4 and above, but I like it for my 3-year-old too. I love when the books flip. So up high and down low, This talks about a jay's nest, and there's all kinds of delicious information in there that I can't wait to read. Again, more birds. And then there's this, is that a wasp nest? Yup, a wasp nest, and it really gets in there and tells you about the happenings inside. Ew. Young wasps hatch out. The queen feeds them chewed up insects. Look at this, and then you delve into this dead tree trunk. I think it's dead. And you see everything that's in there. Here's another like cool like dual flap. You see the top and the bottom. Oh, I just love these types of books. There's something about the underwater pages in Usborne books that just send shivers of delight through me. Look at how pretty. They just make coral reef so pretty, so you get to, oh, look at this big flap. It's flaps and flaps. Look at that big flap, and then there are flaps in that flap. So good. Here's another. Wow, they really outdid themselves with the flaps in this book, I tell ya. So here's more like dueling flaps. You see the sea anemone. Riverside homes. And there's a muskrat and her babies. A muskrat, I mean, what books talk about muskrats? Brown trout, and again, another neat little dual flap situation. So there's lots on here, lots and lots and lots. There, oh, look at, it's a flap with the dual flaps. Come on, they just outdid their flap selves. Look at that. So you really see the inside, the inner workings. And look at all the verbiage. Look at all the words and the information in here. This talks about a little beaver pups. They're born inside the lodge where they stay safe and dry. The dam stops the river flowing and a quiet deep pool collects behind it. Beavers make a home called a lodge in the pool from mud and sticks. The pup drinks milk from their mother, and it shows them nursing. I mean, gosh, so much information. Then we've got bug homes. What a pretty page is that? I love how it goes from super sensory overload to just really clean images. Bug homes is bees, wool carder bees. Look at that. It says some bees have very unusual homes. That's a bee in there. Mason bees lay their eggs inside old snail shells. They plug the opening with stones. I had no idea. Look at this hive, how cool. You see the inside. These ants are fungus farmers. Ew, look at that. The detail. Mound building termites. And then there's army ants marching. Yuck. Wood ants, another dual flap. And who's in this acorn? Tiny acorn ants. Who lives in this hole? It's a nest of fluffy bumblebees. I didn't know that they went underground. Interesting. Cold homes and hot ones. Again, so many flaps on each page. What are those? Mexican long-nosed bats. No, thank you. And something called peccaries sleep together in groups. Those look like some kind of hog. And then we've got harp seals. Really don't have homes. They spend most of their time in the freezing Arctic Ocean hunting for fish. And they talk about a thick blubbery layer of fat covering their bodies keeps them warm, just like me in New England in the winter. And then we've got deep dark homes, and look at it, you're getting so deep underground. Super cool. Again, there's just so many flappages. That's a real word. Flaptastic. Flaptastic. So again, more flaps and more flaps and more flaps. Mole rats, little blind rats. Ooh, I was eating, I'm telling ya, they eat all my vegetables. Here's a tiny little flap. What do we see under there? Toilet pit. Badgers sleep in burrows called setts during the day and come out to hunt at night. They leave their dung in a pit next to the set. Is there a little toilet pit? There's always something about poop in these books. So yeah, and they slurp up earthworms. How interesting is that? And I love how like it transitions for you. Super cool. And then the last one, oh gosh. Homes in a House. Oh, that's gonna be an interesting one. And then Strange Animal Homes. So it shows you a house spider. Ugh, this is gonna make me need to go clean immediately. Mice and rats. Tiny bugs live in carpets and rugs. Silverfish eat threads of carpet along with any stray bits of dead skin that drop off our bodies. This book is gonna make me uncomfortable and self-conscious. I'm a bad mother. Okay, what's here? In the kitchen, it shows cockroaches and talks about they eat skin, books, and even hair. I just needed a moment. And then moths. I'm okay with moths. And then Strange Animal Homes, and it talks about young caddisflies weave homes made from silk to hide inside. Interesting. Bell spiders, ghost crabs, Honduran white bats, cave swallows, etc. So for $14.99 and a call to a cleaning lady, this book is just incredible for that interesting information that kids just gobble up, and so do parents. I'm so uncomfortable now after. Okay, I'm all right. So this is now available, and this is one you just have to get. And for some reason, I feel like an Animal Homes book is like super awesome for the fall and winter to cozy up with and read about with your kids. You can get this book and more at my website, theusborneexperience.com, and you can see me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at The Usborne Experience with Heidi. So good. I love it so much. Bye.